Greetings, friends. You're welcome to our HoloX Sphere world. And if you're just coming in for the first time, um, I'm here with the master builder, Bronze,
Yes, yes,
Paul
thank you.
Bronze. I'm Traveler 101. We have lots of travelers around the world. So welcome to our game world. And here's where we're doing, what we're building right now. So Bronze is going to take us on a tour, and there's a little training of how to build stuff in this world if you're interested to be a creator as part of our team, or you just want to play and enjoy yourself here. So welcome to the world and Burning Man 2020 and the Holo X Sphere game that we're creating here for you to reach your highest potential. That's what the game is about, is to be the best version of yourself and meet other people and connect on deeper levels. So enjoy your time here, and if you want to reach out to one of the guides or ambassadors that are in the world, they'll help you to actually play the game on different levels. There's different ways to play. So why don't you bring us in, Paul? Why don't you bring us down to, let's see what we're looking at. Okay, here's our game world, and from afar, we're still day one, so things are going to change quite a bit. So you're going to see quite a bit of different things popping up over the week and throughout time in this world. To the left, you see our amphitheater there that you can land and have conversations. We have different domes that will continue to pop up throughout the camp, throughout the world. And then you have the actual big game world that we're going to go into right now. So I'm going to, hang on, let me catch up with you, because I've been talking here. So I have to catch up as an avatar. You can, when you come in, you'll come in first. You've already got to this point, so you're as an avatar, and then you're going to be able to fly, and you have to turn your fly on, and so there's directions that you'll be able to look at to do that. And I'm going to be quiet now. Once we're coming into the world, I'm going to let Paul is going to give his tour of our world, and I'll just interject here and there. So we're now in the game world, and there's so why don't you look at me, turn around, please see where I am. There I am. And so Paul, why don't you tell us about what you're creating here, and then how we can actually co-create this world and bring it to a whole nother level.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor to help build this world. So on this world, this is the Holo X Dome. This is where we play the game. In order to play, the Giant can explain more on that, but I can probably explain to you where we are more than that. So in order to access it, we have these screens here that you click from each side of the dome. As you can see, it has a north, south, west, east side. So that's how you can tell where you are in the world. And as Jai said, you can fly and float, or you can walk. You can actually land. Just one.
Oops. You can also disappear.
So this is this is why we wanted to add the flying, because it allows you to maneuver around and not have to deal with teleporting or walking. In general, this has a Shadowland under it, which we're about to go into. But
I'm going to go through. Maybe you could show them me going through, and I'm going to just go. I'm through.
Well, where are you?
I'm now. I went through. Did you see me? I'm going to come back out so you can show people how you can easily just go through. Where are you at?
I'll just show them from here.
I'm in purple, between purple and indigo.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm right by the edge of the light at the center. So this is.
Okay.
There's the light at the center. So very often, just symbolically, because we're trying to create a better world, and right at the center of the whole thing is this. If you want to just move with me to the middle, that's called the light at the center of the game. And you'll see different portals. These are all portals that you can move through, and right now we're going right through to the other side. Boom. So now we're under the world there. The underworld in our world is called Shadowlands.
Right.
And so I'm going to go, hey, you can see me coming through. You want to look up at me, and boom, I'm now there. And we're on one side. Actually, let's go on the side where the card is. I'm going to walk around. Let's go on the other side. And okay, so where are we at now? We're in front of, and Why don't you show the perspective of the card?
Sure, here it
Right.
is. There it is. Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So again, this is a web VR engine. So the main way you control it is through your mouse and keyboard. So in order to work with anything, you just point to the to whatever you want and click. In this case, you can share objects in this world, or share the link, or create an object, and so forth for the users. But we want to show you how to import anything into this world as X the game developers. So let's say we want to bring in, for example, a dome here. We want to put a dome here in the middle. We would, go back to Spokes, which is the main engine that builds these experiences. That it's very easy to access. I want to teach you guys how to do it basically. So we're gonna cut here, and then gonna transition to do a full screen to show you guys how to work with Spokes. In order to
Before we get to that, couldn't you do a step earlier, a simple moving of a screen, or so we want to take the screen that's here, the background of this beautiful Alex Grey artwork, and we want to grab it and we want to put it on the outer, to block off one of the areas that are in Shadowland. So this is kind of the positive entrance into Shadowland. So we want to put that there. And then maybe we can, step 2, we can go in and you get the dome done, and then we put the card in. Is that okay?
I mean, we can't move objects just like that. We have to either import them by using the create function here, and then it allows us to move them, such as this. Or
right.
We have to import the objects and then maybe cover it up. Yeah, if you want to import directly the object, this object directly from the create function.
Okay.
Then we can do that and cover it up, sure. But what I'm
Well, I
trying
want to move that. I want to take that and move it where it is, because we don't want it where it is.
We can. You see, I'm clicking here. It's not movable because it's imported through the creation software. So that's like a big one, guys. You can't, whatever you bring in, unless you make it collidable, unless you set up the parameters before you import it to how the audience can work with it. You can, there are settings which allow you to change some of the settings in the world. Like, for example, you can disable microphone, noise suppression, disable sound effect, controls, disable movement, yada yada. You can do all that, but you can't really.
Okay, so my question. So the question is, so if there's something that we want to do like this, that has to be a request ticket, has to be made, and then you or someone who's trained will be able to do that after. Exactly. So like right now we can't do it, but we're going to get a list of things to do. This is top of the list because we want to create something here. We want to move this, but our creators won't be able to do moving things once they're solid in the world. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So on that note, I'd like to answer those questions. Jai, let's stop here for now, and I'll switch over to set up how to import objects as a creator before we publish it, so we can put a dome here, for example.
Sounds good. So this is video recording 1 complete, and then we'll do a second one and keep them in series of the steps. Is that right?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so that's step 1. So
hey guys, so we're back here on here with Jai to show you guys how to import objects into the scene. Jai, please log in. Type my.
And so we'll put John at xrmiami.io, and then I'm going to send the magic link, right?
Yes, sir. Okay, it's sent. On my end, I should see it come up here when I refresh. It's up here. And
should I go back to the other screen? Are you showing that already? Yep, there we go.
It's verifying.
Still.
So now let's see on your end. Okay, there you go. Boom. So now
cool.
that you're in, Jai, I'm going to take over and show you guys how to import objects.
Okay. Should I go into the X the game? Should I click on there so I'm in that world as well?
No, just let me just show the audience.
Okay. I'm going to go back then.
Yeah, for now, please.
Uh-oh.
So
We got this infinity going here.
yeah, so here we are at Exit Game. I'm gonna click it. As you can see, it loads up the project from a creator standpoint. So, this is the same world we were on before, but now you can edit things, move around things as a creator. So to move things around, for example, you want to click the object. You'll see this like green, red, and blue arrows appear that would allow you to move the object in any axis, like up, down, forward. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just want to click and move with your mouse in such a way. So let's say.
How do you move around in the world? How do you move back and forward and turn? I can see the turning, but how do you move front, forward?
Great
in
question.
the
Go forward. You hit the right-click button on the mouse. You leave your finger there, and then you move with the W key up or down with the S key. If you want to go faster, you hold up or down, and you hold shift to move fast. And you continue. You don't let go of the right button on the mouse until you want to let go. If you want to look around like this, like with your head, you press the left button on the mouse to move around and look around. And to move around is you want to use the keyboard on the mouse in such a way. So let's say
I'm in ground plane right now in there, and I'm using the arrow keys. I can spin around, but I can't move forward. It won't let me move forward.
it should actually like you need to hold the shift key while you move forward.
Oh, okay, that's different. There we go.
Oh, okay. So to move forward, let's say we want to move an object like Jai was saying. You want to click on it, like for example, this thing here. We want to click on it and move it like this. Whoa. Fashion, like that. Slight movements in this case. If you want to look at another angle, you just again press the arrows and you move. If you, for example, we want a dome here. If we want to import a dome here, we either grab something in the world and move it here, or we go down here to our asset list. For example, if I want to bring, for example, my assets, we already have a bunch of images that we can import. If I want to bring in a card.
I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you a card. Can I send this to you so you have something very specific that we do want to place in the world? Is that okay?
I mean, we're just showing examples here, so. But
okay. Okay.
So the only way to, not the only way, the way to do it is either you drag and drop, for example, and you see it's recognizing up here the object, and it spawns like that. And again, it works in the same fashion. You drop it in the world and then you move it around with the arrows. If you want to rotate it, you hit R on the keyboard or this button up here to rotate. And you see it has these UI controllers, UI kind of like parameters that allow you to look around. So, boom. You can, in this case, when we're working with deck cards, you want to always put the transparency mode down here on mask. So it gets rid of the background color, and you're able to, play with it and move it around. So, this is the way to and if you want to get rid of it, you just hit delete when you clicked it, and all the objects are up here too. If you want to, for example, look for this card, you just click on the panel up here, and it'll take you to where you need to go. So let's say we want to import one of these domes into the environment. So into where Jai said he wanted to import it. So we would, for example, look here, where we want to get it from, whether it is in a video or audio or an image. So let's say we want to import a dome from the Sketchfab library, which I highly recommend. Where is it? You just look it up here, dome. I'm gonna import like a very basic dome. We don't want to take up too much bandwidth. So let's say, as an example, I'll delete after. We can put this here. You just drag and drop. And you can see it's there. It's pretty small, so you know we can decrease the parameters here. In this case, we're going to increase the scale. Whoa, too big.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, that's too big.
Just want to cover that one circle that's there.
Okay. Yeah, so
It should be the edge. That's the dome should go like from edge to edge of that one circle in the middle.
I don't know why it's looking, but just for the sake of the tour, let's just put anything. Oh, sorry, guys. But I don't know why it's not inputting any domes, but it did before. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, so this is when you have this type of glitch, you want to just hit refresh up here. It's just having trouble getting the dome from the library. There we go. So let's just increase. Unfortunately, when it comes to such little space, you want to increase the parameters, like, you know, maybe put up here 0.02. As you can see, it's already pretty big because it's too big. So, you know, we want to, in that case, we want to look for an object that would fit here. So it's a good example of how to move objects around. Let me show you. Maybe I'm going to grab one of these other domes here.
So you can cut and paste it? You can grab one that's already there, cut it and paste it?
Exactly.
Or copy and paste it?
All you want, it's a copy and paste. You go, you grab the object, you click on it here. Like you click on it here. Or you can grab it here and you hit duplicate.
I see.
And then you move it out of the way like that and it's already there.
Cool. Let's see if it fits in there. That's perfect.
So let's see, yeah.
So that's what we want to have, one standard dome that could be resized in one standard sphere, so they shouldn't be having to import. That's all people are going to do, that and cards.
Exactly, and we already have one here, which, you know, if we have a 3D modeler that can paint over, we could download and paint it over and make them look different.
Yeah.
Dome works perfectly.
Let's see if it fits there. So what is the relative size? Does it say in there, like, because you know what the perspective is? So what, like that circle that's the center of Shadowlands, how big is that relative to, you know, the world of being your avatar, being 6 foot or 4 feet high or whatever it is? You know that?
That's like, these are the parameters here, but they're not based on, you know, accurate measurements of real world kind of things, but it tells you all the data here of what it is. It has, for example, 2 materials, 2 meshes, 8 notes. You know, it tells you what, at least what you need to know in terms of digital details.
Okay. Put it there. Okay, that's cool. So again, you want to fill it so it goes right to the edge, so you don't, like, the edge is the corner of the, you know, the edge of the dome is the edge of that circle. A little bit bigger. Get that. Yeah, we're going to move that also. Let's move that totally out of the way. Perfect.
So again, with the scale, you can increase it here, but this is where it's a problem, right? Because
whoa, what happened? It went too big?
Yeah, it goes too big because it's such a tight area that I have to bring it up here to really understand the scale here.
Oh, I see.
Scale could be like 14. I would say like 16 here.
So this is like a 16-foot dome.
I would say.
Okay. And then you're going to put it back into Shadowlands and it should fit right over it. There's the relativity. So we're talking about that circle when you go there with your avatar and you're walking, that's like 16 feet compared to an avatar being, what is it, like 5 or 6 feet tall?
Yeah, I would say around there.
Okay.
Anyways, let me fix it up.
There we go.
Okay, so we have that. So this is a great example of how to move objects, import objects, navigate around, and understand how to look for, more things. But in this case, all you guys wanna know is how to work with my assets. Import the images here to models or images or videos. You should have everything you need here to drag and drop. You could also,
Actually, can you make it simpler? There's already a card there. So if you could take that card and put it inside the dome on the floor. So when you're in there, you see it on the floor. So that's kind of what we want to model how to do what we're doing. So go into the dome, grab the card that we had there that was hanging out before on the top, and just turn it on its side so it's actually the floor.
okay, one sec.
So you can just move it, and then is there a way to flip it? How do you flip it so it's now horizontal instead of vertical?
So to flip it, you want to first, position it where you want it to be. Uh, and again, press R or hit up here to rotate.
I
Look
see.
what axis you want to rotate it in. In this case, I believe that's the Z. One sec. And voila.
Nice. And now you place it on the floor, and then it can be just like put right onto the floor there, and so it covers, make it the size of the whole floor, so it goes from end to end of the dome, so it's a 16-foot life circle, basically. Oh, I see the dome is a little bit larger, so why don't you just put it so there's an outside perimeter, so that goes in the middle, and then we have a little area to walk around it. That's okay also.
So if you want to measure things in that way, I would suggest to go outside and then.
You just want to have so when you don't see the card, so then you want to make the dome a little bit bigger so it covers it. There you go. Nice.
All right. So I think that's a good tutorial in general. When you want to hold on.
So is that published now? Did you publish it so it's now there firm in the world?
No, that's what I was about to get to. So when you wanna save all your changes and publish it, you would hit up here, publish to hubs.
I see.
And in this case, let's just do it. You type the name. Let's say, just to allow things to continue. Save and publish down here. Make sure that it's all check marked. Exporting scene.
This should help Athen. This should help Athen a lot. So he's good at this stuff. So hopefully by now he knows how to do it. But this will be a good tutorial for him and a couple other friends that can come in and help build.
Sorry, Jay. Definitely, this is very important, guys. Like as you can see, these are the performance check benchmarks. It tells you how the scene is going to load, depending on what we put in it. And it's already looking like we're putting a lot in, but it is what it is. So in any case, just make sure that we're aware of how, if we're putting too many things in so far. The lights are fine, the file size is fine, which is what we really have to worry about. The textures, there's one large texture, it's pretty high, so this should be where we should stop. And yeah, but anyways, so it's uploading the thumbnail, it's uploading the scene. And if you want to check it out, you can view your scene, load it up.
I'm going to go and take a look inside there. So I'm going back. Oops. So the whole world has just rebooted, basically.
You saw it from your end?
Yeah, I just went into mine and it's all rebooting as well, loading objects again. I see.
All right, guys. So on that note, I think that's a good tutorial. I'm gonna stop
Can you
here.
do one, Paul, one more thing? If you can move, just take that panel that was there and move it. So show me how to move it to the outside, just grabbing a panel and move it to where we want to do it in the north as the northern entrance. So there's that one Alex Gray beautiful artwork mural, and if you can move that so it's on the outer perimeter, blocking one of the gateways that are into Shadowlands. So just show us how to do that because we're going to be doing that quite a bit. We're going to put in lots of these panels in. So we want to put it all the way to the north. I would do the so this is south.
North? The other side?
Yeah, north. You want to go north, which is the other way, and then put it to the right where the northern
Which color?
where the northern portal is, right below that. So this would be the entrance portal from the north, which you're going right in the right direction. Good.
Yeah.
And wherever the portal is, right below it on the outer skin, so this is kind of blocking that gateway into Shadowlands. And we'll continue to build that way. So make it the size so it fills in that area.
So again, guys, it's all like slight mouse movement. You know, you click, you slightly move up, you don't overdo it. You make sure you know where you're at. You know, if you don't game development, I don't really need to tell you anything that you don't know. This is like Unity, sort of.
So that picture fits into one, how big is it? It's multiple, it's pretty big, right? You've made it big to fit in there on the width. So it has to be the width and then it'll be whatever it is on the height.
Yeah, so yeah, we can't make it too hot, too big, 'cause it's gonna cross to the upper side.
Right. No, we want it to be on the bottom, but blocking it off so it's exact size. So we'll replicate this over and over. That will be the exact size that every panel that surrounds the whole thing, right, will have panels of photographs, basically, that are going to be placed inside of here. What's the resolution that we should use for the photos when we put them, you know, inside this gallery here?
I wouldn't go too high.
So is it 72 DPI? We shouldn't use, you know, 150 or 300. We want to do 72 DPI, obviously.
I would go like 100 or 300 or something like that.
So we can go, you can see it also. We want to be able to see it, but so 72 DPI or 100?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll test with it there. So this is our standard here. So we're right at the north. So that's perfect. So he should be placed right under, the guy should be right under the north. I think you're doing that. That's perfect.
Okay.
Little pesky, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, that's if you want to cover it all, for example, you can duplicate it. But we don't want to add so many things because again, we're adding already a lot. So we got to be very, very careful with like, you know, how much you put in, even if it's just regular pictures, you know. So that looks pretty cool actually. So that's kind of covered.
So if we're using the same object, that won't add to the bandwidth, right? Because you're just replicating the same thing. You're cloning it.
It will. It's like adding.
Oh, it will.
It's like copying this. Yeah, it's adding more, but it's the same object. Yeah.
So we're talking about importing all of the cards or lots of cards. Is that, how far can we go with that? Are we going to at one point bog down?
I know that all the cards. I mean, we just have to. That's why we should make them like low resolution. You know.
Okay.
So
So we want them 72 DPI.
I don't know. I honestly, I know. I just know it has to be like, you know, low res. I'm not like too sure. What the hell happened here? Not too sure on. For example, like, let's look at one card. For example, like the East Portal card, or the whatever, any card. So if
Well, we're right there. Why not the card that you just put under the dome?
I don't know. I just
Because
want
that's a real card. I mean, that's the real deal right there. There you go. Look, it looks like the dome is a little bit off there, isn't it? It's off, kind of hanging off the edge. There we go.
let me just. All right, so I think for the sake of the people watching this, we should just stop here.
Okay. With enough information here that we have conveyed, and hopefully this helps the builders, the creators that are going to help build the world.
Absolutely. And again, you can float around.